Sunlight streams into the history classroom as Mr. Dalton pauses mid-sentence, a hush falling over the room. Alex bursts through the door, disrupting the quiet morning. Students turn, a collective expectation of chaos rippling through them. Alex stumbles, sending Sarah's pencil case flying. Pencils scatter across the floor, a clattering punctuation to his tardiness. A collective groan rises, the air thick with silent disapproval of Alex's habitual disruption. Sarah's intense gaze locks onto Alex, her eyes burning with a challenge. "Pick it up," Sarah commands, her voice a low, dangerous tremor in the silent classroom. Alex meets her stare, a defiant smirk playing on his lips. "Nope," the class watches, breathless, as the tension coils tighter, awaiting the explosion. Mr. Dalton closes his book, a serious expression settling on his face, his eyes finding Alex in the classroom. A heavy silence fills the room as Mr. Dalton's gaze locks onto Alex, an unspoken message hanging in the air. The weight of his words hangs heavy as Mr. Dalton breaks the silence, his tone firm. "Alex, come with me." Alex meets Mr. Dalton's gaze, a mixture of apprehension and curiosity swirling within him. Mr. Dalton leads Alex through the lively school hallway, the sounds of student chatter echoing around them. They reach a small, unknown room close to the main office, a stark contrast to the bustling corridor. Alex's eyes roll with a mix of anticipation and disdain, bracing for what he assumes will be another detention. He steels himself, expecting the inevitable lecture that looms behind the closed door. The room awaits, promising either punishment or something unexpectedly different. Mr. Dalton pushes open the door to a small, cluttered room overflowing with stacks of cardboard boxes filled with books. Amidst the literary chaos stands Mrs. Miller, a kind-looking woman in her 70s, carefully sorting through the books. Mr. Dalton gestures toward Mrs. Miller, introducing her. "This is Mrs. Miller. She volunteers here," Mr. Dalton concludes, nodding slightly. "You'll be helping her for the next hour." Alex stands alone in the volunteer room, a sense of unease washing over him as he anticipates what's to come. Mr. Dalton's stern gaze pierces through Alex, setting a tone of serious confrontation. "What? Why? I didn't do anything!" Alex exclaims, his voice laced with a mix of defensiveness and confusion. Mr. Dalton's sharp retort cuts through the air. "You forgot your manners again." "Time to remember them," Mr. Dalton says, a veiled threat hanging heavy in the air. Alex dramatically groans, leaning back as his voice echoes in the volunteer room. He glances at Mrs. Miller, awaiting her reaction, but she beams back. Mrs. Miller smiles brightly. "Hello, dear. Could you help me carry these boxes?" Alex responds with a blunt and questioning tone. "Why would I?" The volunteer room is bathed in the soft glow of fluorescent lights as Mrs. Miller gazes at Alex, her eyes filled with understanding. Mrs. Miller's calm voice cuts through the quiet. "Because sometimes helping someone is not about them needing it," she continues, her words resonating deeply. "It's about you becoming better." Alex pauses, Mrs. Miller's profound statement hanging in the air, prompting deep reflection. Alex considers the weight of Mrs. Miller's words, the quiet room amplifying their significance. Alex sighs heavily, resignation etched on his face as he shoulders a heavy box, his muscles straining. Mrs. Miller shuffles beside him, her footsteps barely audible on the aged floor. Sunlight floods the volunteer room, illuminating dust motes suspended in the air. The light catches the weariness in Alex's eyes as he struggles with the box. Mrs. Miller pauses, a nostalgic look in her eyes. "You know, I used to work at your school. I've seen lots of kids like you," she says softly, a hint of understanding in her tone. Alex stares at Mrs. Miller, a smirk playing on his lips, seemingly caught off guard by her unexpected words. A tense silence fills the volunteer room as Alex asks, "Like me?" Mrs. Miller retorts. "Yes, smart kids, funny kids. Kids who think being rude makes them strong." Alex feels a flush of embarrassment creep up his neck, his composure momentarily shattered. In the volunteer room, they carefully set the box on the table. Alex looks down, a brief moment of introspection flickering across his face. Mrs. Miller watches him, her expression a mix of concern and warning. "Not yet," Mrs. Miller says, her words hanging in the air. "But you're becoming someone you won't like later," she finishes, her voice soft but firm. The volunteer room hums quietly as Alex stands with slumped shoulders. His gaze is fixed on the floor, shame etched into his posture. A hushed apology hangs in the air. "I didn't mean to be that bad." Mrs. Miller's expression is gentle but firm, a beacon of calm. Her words carry the weight of wisdom. "I know, but good intentions don't matter if your actions hurt people." Alex meticulously sorts books, a newfound focus gracing his features. Mrs. Miller's quiet patience fills the room, a silent contrast to earlier turmoil. The ordered shelves mirror a growing sense of calm and emerging purpose within Alex. Each book placed is a step towards redemption, a tangible measure of progress. A sense of quiet satisfaction washes over Alex, a feeling both new and welcome. Alex prepares to depart, gathering his belongings in the volunteer room. Mrs. Miller gently touches Alex's arm, her eyes reflecting warmth and understanding. Her touch conveys a deep sense of care and mentorship, a silent blessing. "Remember, Alex, respect is not a weakness," Mrs. Miller says. "It's a strength few people truly have." Alex quietly gathers the fallen pencils, a subtle act witnessed in the afternoon light of the history classroom. He returns the pencil case to Sarah, a silent offering that speaks volumes. Sarah stares at Alex, her surprise evident as she receives the simple gesture. Thanks? No problem, Alex replies, his voice soft, marking a significant shift between them. A week later, Alex holds the door open, a genuine smile lighting his face, a stark contrast to his past demeanor. His changed behavior is evident as he apologizes to someone he bumps into, a newfound respect shining through. His friends exchange glances, surprised and curious about Alex's sudden transformation. Bro, what happened to you? You're all polite now, a friend asks, voicing their collective astonishment. Alex shrugs, a subtle sense of pride evident in his newfound respectfulness and calm demeanor. The hallway buzzes with whispers and curious stares, Alex's transformation becoming the talk of the school.